friends, and welcome. I'm so glad you're here to join me for today's book. Today, we have a story about a little boy who goes on an adventure. Let's find out what happens. Let's get started. The Retired Kid by John Agee. It's hard work being a kid. First of all, there's school. Then there's soccer practice, violin class, voice lessons, walking Sparky, babysitting your little sister, not to mention having to eat your vegetables. So one day, Brian decided to retire. It's been a wonderful 8 years, he said, but I need a break. His parents thought he was joking, so they threw him a retirement party. But Brian was serious. The next day, he flew to Florida to the Happy Sunset Retirement Community. Happy Sunset was a lovely place. There was a swimming pool, tennis courts, and a snack bar. Wow, thought Brian, I should have retired years ago. Happy Sunset was full of interesting people. There was Ethel, Wally, Tex, Myrtle, and Phyllis. And there was Harvey, a retired plumber. So, what did you used to do? He asked Brian. I was a kid. A kid? Said Harvey. That's hard work. Being retired was not hard work. There were card games. There was golf. There were long afternoon naps. Some days, Harvey took Brian fishing, to a ball game, or to the movies. So, what do you think, kid? He said. Isn't retirement a blast? But Brian wasn't sure. Being retired meant having to listen to Tex go on and on about his hip replacement. Looking at hundreds of snapshots of Myrtle's grandchildren, or watching long documentaries on TV. There were other things too, like early morning yoga, knitting classes, weekly checkups when Brian wasn't even feeling sick, Friday night swing dancing, Wally's prune juice smoothies, not to mention sitting on Ethel's false teeth. After 3 weeks of retirement, Brian was fed up. It's no use, he said. I don't fit in. Listen, kid, said Harvey. When retirement gets you down, you have to think back to the good old days. The good old days? Never fails, said Harvey. So Brian found a quiet spot under a palm tree and thought back to the good old days. Very soon, he started remembering things, good things, like the time he scored a goal for the soccer team, the time he aced his math test, the time he hit the perfect note on his violin. He remembered singing in the school musical, making his little sister laugh, throwing Sparky the ball. He even remembered that broccoli wasn't so bad if you covered it with cheddar cheese. Brian made up his mind. Hey, Harvey, he said, I've decided to come out of retirement. Harvey wasn't surprised. Well, I'll miss you, kid. The next morning, Brian packed his things and wished everybody at Happy Sunset the best. Then he caught the first flight back home. His parents were happy to see him. So were his teachers and all of his pals. "It's hard work being a kid," said Brian. "But guess what? I love my job." That wraps up today's story, friends. I hope you enjoyed Brian and his adventure in and then out of retirement. I did not see that coming. If you enjoyed today's story and would like to see other stories, please visit my channel at the Teachers Read Aloud 1280. And please remember to like and subscribe. Until we read again, see you next time.